You're now tuned into the Sheldon's Talk Show, your weekly geeky news on movies, TV, and video games, only here on Z90.7 FM WZIS. And welcome to the Shut-Ins Talk Show. I am your host, Gavin the Chef, cooking with me today.
Brendan Magnuson.
And Zach Gerchet.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
You know, I'm hanging out. I'm a little sick, but a little under the weather, but nothing I can't overcome to be on my favorite talk show right now.
That's what I like to hear. To hear.
I'm chilling. It's just a good day. I'm just ready to chill out and do some shut-ins.
That's what I like to hear. Well, we enjoy good days around here. So we got a bunch of random things to talk about today. And to start is Final Destination 6 is officially in development. And it's been almost 12 years since Final Destination 5 came out. It came out in 2011. And it was confirmed at CinemaCon over this past couple days or weekend that Final Destination 6 is officially in the works with filmmakers Zach Lipovsky, Adam B. Stein, and John Watts serving as the film's producer and writer. So that should be cool.
Okay. I don't know what that all means, but...
What do you mean?
What am I in for? What do I expect? Because I haven't seen a Final Destination movie.
Okay.
I know we had talked about this a while back. I know the basic premise of it, but I'm still a little dry or confused.
What Final Destination is?
I know what Final Destination is.
Well,
Yeah.
what's the question?
I'm asking just more in depth on what those producers, directors kind of mean.
John Watts was Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Or the Spider-Man trilogy, MCU, Tom Holland. And then those directors worked on a show or movie entitled Freaks.
Okay.
So they have prior experience with not only big budget films, but also horror. And I've never seen anything John Watts horror related, unless I have and just didn't know about it. The plot's pretty well unknown right now, too. But they have confirmed that they're not following the typical formula that the Final Destination films go by, but staying faithful to the franchise's premise. I know they said something about a cruise ship being a big part of it.
Okay.
And so that's interesting. There's a lot they could do with that. And yeah, sorry. One of the things is Final Destination is beloved by lots and hated by many at the same time. It's weird. It's got the gore of an Evil Dead film.
Yeah.
But it's just all over the place, given the premise of it is it's everyday things or just everyday scenarios that can just kill you. And it builds up the paranoia the whole film because you see these little tiny things happening and you're oh, well, that's going to kill him.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of like with Hellraiser, to where
Yeah,
there's a bunch of movies, but there aren't a bunch of great ones.
That's just true for any horror film.
I just kind of said Hellraiser because it's one of the ones where I know has a bunch of them. Some of them are some of the best horror movies ever, and then the rest of them are the fans are we don't talk about 85%.
I'm a big fan of H2O personally.
Yeah, I will say what I liked about Final Destination is the concept of what the antagonist really is, because it implies that death itself is the protagonist of trying to get fate back on track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's oh well, I missed them this time. Well, they're dying. They are gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. Because if you see somebody survive a tragedy, you're yeah, they're gone. They're gonna die with a bunch more people now because it's the sacrifice.
Yeah. I honestly, in my opinion, I think there's really only one bad Final Destination, and that's the fourth one.
That's a bad one. That's a big stinker.
Yeah. The third one I thought was good. Or the third one has a lot more charm than people want to give it credit for. Mm-hmm. Especially because Mary Elizabeth Winstead is actually really good in the role. Along with it's really creative, and it gives I don't know how to explain it. So the second one directly follows the first. So the third one was the first time that you meet a whole bunch of new characters that have no relation to previous films' characters. And so I thought it was really cool how they weaved it in to fit it all. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun. And the roller coaster, it's genius idea. Not to mention that Final Destination 3 had me terrified of tanning beds. I'm still terrified of tanning beds. I refuse to use one. But
yeah, dude, I mean, for many reasons. First off, probably good for your skin.
Yeah.
You know, the cancer risk has gone down significantly
Yeah.
if you don't use tanning beds. So, you know what?
They saved my life.
That's a reasonable fear, Gavin.
Yeah,
Be
they
afraid
saved
of
my
tanning
life.
beds.
Afraid of tanning beds. Partially afraid of certain. Like when I go to the gym now, I double check all the equipment.
Logs on the back of
Oh, I don't.
trucks.
Yeah, I don't drive.
Dude, Final Destination, like I've always been kind of, but once I saw the that scene, I'm like,
Yeah. The pile up
man.
on the highway is still one of probably the most iconic things.
absolutely.
I will not drive behind a log truck ever.
I actually like to get right up behind. I like to put my wrists in. I like to put right behind it, like riding it.
He flirting with death.
I'm flirting with death. I give him a little kiss.
I can't wait for Zach to meet Tony Todd. No, but that's it's got like not a whole bunch of stuff going on here. But this film was announced in 2019. But it was put on hold due to the pandemic, obviously. But HBO Max ultimately decided to revive the series completely, and they decided that it's going to go straight to theaters too.
Oh, epic.
And so, that's kind of what today's episode really is. Is like there's a lot of stuff from CinemaCon that happened that's like not like a whole lot, but at the same time, it's news. And with that oh my gosh, sorry, hiccups. With that being said, another crazy thing is for like the third week in a row now, we're going to talk about some classic horror monsters. That being Robert Eggers, who made The Witch, is making a Nosferatu film.
Yeah, he made The Lighthouse.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen The Lighthouse, it is very like directed in the style of like old horror movies. It's like the screen resolution is like boxy. It's smaller than normal, all black and white.
Not even to mention like the scenes at night with like the lanterns using as the lighting and stuff.
Yeah.
It really looks like an old film.
So that's super cool.
So, I mean, I hope this is a little different than like, cause he already did what he did with the Lighthouse and The Witch, but at the same time, I'm still super excited because, it's another, iteration of Dracula, and from what I've heard so far, we haven't missed a Dracula lately. Even though Renfield itself wasn't the best movie, I heard that Nick Cage was a great Dracula.
Yes, I will say Nick Cage as like an actor, he does bring like a kind of like goofy cartoon villain Dracula like to life. And that's great. We also have that boat movie where there's like a vampire on a boat.
Oh yeah, the last voyage of the Demeter. Or Demeter, whatever they call the boat.
The Demeter or whatever.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of vampire stuff coming out.
I remember recently a vampire movie with a Nazi boat too. Am I tripping?
If you're
I don't know.
if you're tripping, I wonder what you're tripping off of because that movie sounds like
No,
a fun
it was-
watch.
it was
I was
so
gonna say, if you're
cool.
tripping, let's sit down and.
on
Let's
Shudder.
sit down and find out why we're.
Oh, then that's probably why we hadn't talked about it on like shut-ins or anything.
All right.
Because Shudder just be dropping movies like it's
Oh yeah,
nothing.
if it's on Shudder, then probably.
Shudder is the single best investment I've ever made as a horror movie fan.
Oh yeah, Shudder and Screambox both are like worth it. Like if you find yourself bored with like Paramount Plus or something, and you're a big horror fan, definitely get, make your parents pay for something, and then you pay for Shudder and Screambox.
It's called Blood Vessel. It came out in
I've
2020.
seen that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that on Shudder once. Like the trailer thing popped up for me. It was like in the recommended for you category or whatever. Shudder has a lot of sleepers.
For sure.
Yeah. But considering Robert Eggers, almost all of his films already like lean very heavily into like folklore and like older stylings or whatever. Because The Lighthouse, I think, is quite literally like the most modern movie he's made, because The Northman and The Witch take place before like anything was invented, But this is supposed to be, according to Robert Eggers himself, an unauthorized and unofficial adaptation of Bram Stoker. Oh, sorry. I should have worded that better. the original movie was an unauthorized and unofficial adaptation, but Robert Eggers wants to do the film even more, and he said he wants to take away any disdain of Bram Stoker that might be remaining in Hollywood because of, all the Dracula movies that exist. And I'm excited for this.
No, I couldn't think of a better director they could have chosen to tackle like a 1930s like Dracula movie. Like that's so cool.
Oh, yeah,
he's
dude.
gonna kill it. Obviously, we talk about Guillermo del Toro as like a really excellent like horror director, but Robert Eggers has got to be up there because like The Witch, banger, Northland, banger, Lighthouse, ultra banger. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. Just I'm super hyped.
I still haven't seen The Lighthouse.
It's definitely worth it.
I've been meaning to watch it, but it's something I've never watched. But from what I've seen in the movie and what I've heard from my friends and stuff like that, he does seem like he do a good like Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Nosferatu is like just a very interesting like variation of like the vampire stereotype of being like this monstrous, scary looking guy.
Yeah.
Instead of like, yes, I'm just a weird, suave old white guy.
No, I love Nosferatu because like he's not suave, he's very ugly.
Yeah,
And he's so like he's like
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
he's like discerning like the whole time because we were forced to watch the original Nosferatu in one of my filming classes, and it was totally worth it, might I add. Given it's a silent film, it was a little bit hard to follow, but like overall, like it was like one of the first horror films ever made.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the first films ever made. It's almost 200, or it's over 200 years old now, and like that's really cool. But that's always been one of my favorite things about Nosferatu is it gives like the more chilling aspect to Dracula than just this is just some old pasty dude in this castle that can make women fall in love with him. Yeah, like you're telling me that's an attractive
Nosferatu.
dude.
Nah, bro.
It's over 100 years old, not 200.
Oh, I'm dumb. Not
Yeah.
200.
Sorry,
Thank you.
They weren't making movies in the 1820s.
Thank you.
We still had a civil war to worry
Okay,
about.
we get it. Thank you,
Nosferatu
computer
actually kinda
boy.
Cute looking though. Like look how precious he looks, bro. Look at him.
He's
Brendan.
adorable.
Like he looks like he's trying really hard to be a vampire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got a boyish innocence to him. I don't know what it is. I hope he looks this silly in the movie because I'm gonna laugh at him the whole time. Just like,
Well,
there's cute little Nosferatu.
odds are he's going to because Count Orlok will be played by Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There you go.
heck yeah.
And also joining the cast, Willem Dafoe, Ralph Ineson, and okay, never mind, not Robert Pattinson. They had his name highlighted, but they were talking about The Lighthouse once again.
Wait,
but,
does that mean Willem Dafoe is not going to be in it?
No, Willem Dafoe is,
Oh, thank
just not Robert Pattinson. Lily Rose Depp is also playing in this film. Sam Levinson,
Okay.
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
We'll talk
You're
more
in
about
Taylor
him later.
Emma Corrin. Oh my gosh, Simon McBurney. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a lot to take in right there at the end. No, but we're about to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about something that's honestly just disgraceful from a film I was excited to see, but now I'm cautious of. But with that being said, we will be right back with the Shut-Ins Talk Show. I love the birth control ad.
Oh, I love birth control.
Yeah, birth control.
Speaking of Guillermo del Toro, Zach, did you realize that was him and Barry?
Yes,
Okay.
I realized afterwards. I was like,
Yeah, because I was sitting there and I was just like, was that Guillermo del Toro?
I was like, hopefully this isn't problematic for me to think this guy. I was like really worried. This is a guy who like, looked like Guillermo del Toro. I was like, oh god, oh god.
I thought we were just
Oh,
going
my
to talk
God.
about the Willy Wonka movie. Why are we just talking about Hugh Grant?
What?
What? Your mom?
You're kicked out.
I'm sorry.
He's on one today. Bro tweaking.
I'm sorry. I'm tweaking.
Why are we?
I'll dial it back in.
Did you say, why are we talking about Wonka? Why can't we just talk about Hugh Grant? Or the other way around?
I think he thought we were talking about only.
You okay?
in the movie.
My
I
back.
got concerned with this.
Stiff from all the swinging, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, I got a middle back thing too.
Really?
Yeah.
And we're back with the Shut-Ins talk show. And if you're watching on Twitch, you just saw me and Brennan get confused, specifically me, because I couldn't hear him over the headset. But we're going to be talking about this. Man, I can't even.
This very sweet piece of news.
Okay, we're going to be talking about Wonka.
It's very sweet news.
Yeah, it's pretty rich.
The new. Stop. The new musical, which is a prequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Gosh, man. Sorry, I'm so mad. Yet
Why are you mad? So actually,
Well,
why
you
would
know,
you
rich
mad?
could double as a pun for Willy Wonka because he has a lot of money, and also chocolate because chocolate can be rich.
okay, now I'm more mad because I wasn't mad about your
So
guys'
why were you
puns.
mad?
Okay.
Gavin? Okay,
Sorry.
let's start over. Gavin, why are you mad?
I'm looking at
what's
this
up?
article. Sorry, at CinemaCon they talked about the new movie, and it was revealed that Hugh Grant is going to be in this movie, right? And I get excited because I'm like, Hugh Grant's awesome. He's playing an Oompa Loompa.
Why are you mad? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that is.
That is
deep.
not awesome.
Dude, okay. Hear me out. Dude just looks like an Oompa Loompa.
No, he
Like,
doesn't.
look at his face. He's got that like British whimsy face, you know. He's charming.
So
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oompa Loompa should be handsome British.
No,
man.
I'm saying that I could see him dancing around and tossing candy to children.
He does seem like a kind of exuberant little fella off energy alone.
He gives off short king energy. I don't know how tall he is.
Some people would say he gives off sexy vibes, but not. I don't think anyone would say he looks like he gives off a joyous whimsy.
He does. I think he does.
I don't know. I think it's funny casting. Did you want to play Wonka?
No.
Who'd you rather him play in this movie? The
They
grandpa?
it was never revealed that he was in the movie to begin with.
But now it is.
And so when they reveal that it's him, but he's a Oompa Loompa,
Good.
that's a waste of talent.
I hope he is the main Oompa Loompa, like a sidekick.
He is.
Good. Then why are you mad? We can see a lot of them.
No, because it's all CGI done. It's all done in CGI.
It's all done in CGI?
Yes. It's like his face CGI'd onto a little person's body.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
it
like.
depends.
See,
So the footage-
If they did if they would have done like in the D&D movie where like they did halflings, where they literally just like took a
Shrunk 'em
full-size
down.
person and shrunk them down to where like normal like average person like proportions, then okay. Then it's like a fantasy race. But I really don't like making Oompa Loompas,
Yeah.
little people and putting other people's faces on them. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So-
Now I'm just. Ugh.
So the footage that was shown at CinemaCon showed Grant as a CGI-driven Oompa Loompa at the end of the trailer, where he can be heard introducing himself to the eponymous chocolate maker. And this was shocking, given that one, no one knew he was a part of this film, and rumors had swirled. I'd never even seen those, but it's unclear if he's going to play a significant role in the film or not. That also makes me mad.
Is it just a cameo?
If he is just a random Oompa Loompa, dude.
What if he's every Oompa Loompa?
Oh, I hope not.
That would be kind of funny.
No.
low-key.
It would be funny for 2 seconds, and then it would get really annoying.
Well, okay.
I agree, like concept,
Let me.
conceptual. Like,
I need to think.
just imagine a whole movie. Hugh Grant is every single, like the minion-esque character of the movie. Imagine
Don't
every-
compare. Oompa Loompas are minions.
I'm worried.
That's where they got the ideas for Minions.
I know, but they aren't.
But imagine,
minions.
I'm just saying for the sake of like, imagine going in Gru's factory and every minion was like Hugh Grant going banana. You know what I mean?
Banana.
I feel like I would get annoyed by it. Listen,
I think
Oompa
it
Loompa
depends.
doopity-dee.
It depends.
Oompa Loompa doopity
I don't
doo.
think they're gonna make every Oompa Loompa Hugh Grant.
I hope not.
I'm fine with a Loompa being Hugh Grant as like a cameo.
Nah, I want him to be the main dude. He's
So-
gonna be the head Oompa Loompa.
So, beyond Hugh Grant, the trailer also showed more of Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka, and it showed like a couple of snippets of new songs that they wrote and did for the film, and also appearing in the film was Rowan Atkinson, Keegan-Michael Key, Olivia Colman, Sally Hawkins, Natasha Rothwell, Matt Lucas, and more. They're remaining like super secretive with this project about the plot. I don't know why. Because like if they're just making this for fun, then they don't have to treat it like it's a Marvel film. Just tell me what's going on, man. I'm confused right now.
Nah, we're gonna have Into the Wonkaverse in like 3 years.
My gosh.
Actually, I think they're going to make a Roald Dahl.
That would be so good.
You said what?
A Roald Dahl universe, the BFG. Willy Wonka.
I remember
That'd
when
be cool.
Witches.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
What other books have you made?
I don't know.
James and the Giant Peach.
we need a new one of those.
James and the
If they're
Giant
gonna
Peach.
remake a movie, please remake that.
Yeah.
Because that first one was a classic.
It still goes so hard.
I want to make it made by Leica.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
I can see
Leica
that.
make a James and the Giant Peach. Come on, Nike, fund it.
Cast Tom Holland in it.
No.
Tom Holland as the Peach.
do all claymation.
I think either like Leica or the people who made like Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff.
Doing it in claymation again with like how much it's evolved and stuff. Like after Pinocchio, like seeing the stop motion like aspects of it all, doing it all in claymation could look really cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think like what's it called? Kubo and the Two Strings.
Kubo, oh dude,
Kubo.
Leica killed it with that movie, dude.
So good. Same with like Wendell and Wild.
The Wall
Yeah,
was
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I would love. Dude, Leica, Nike, let Leica make more stuff.
Yeah.
We also, you guys are aware of the Leica being funded by Nike thing, right?
Yeah.
That's so. I figured that out.
It's so
recently.
cool too.
I was like, that's so cool. That's the kind of nepotism I live for.
Based.
That is the best kind of nepotism, bro. Like for real.
Yeah.
Like just let our boy make great art to put into the world.
For real.
But yeah, no. I mean, honestly, I have no real strong feelings with the Willy Wonka movie. I just think maybe that sounds like a very questionable way to do Willy Wonka's. I think I would have personally preferred like the D&D movie route because then you're not like overtly calling a real like people with a real condition like fantasy creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because-
That's always bothered me.
that was really weird in both movies that
Yeah.
they've had.
They tried to do it differently with like Tim Burton's version, but
Yeah.
it was still
But
weird.
they still made it like a tribal
Yeah.
like thing. And I was like,
I
dude,
found them in the jungle. Okay, buddy.
one step,
Like-
one step good, one step forward, and 18 steps back.
Literally, he's like, I found their tribe. I found out that they had these giant chocolate beans, and I decided, you guys work for me now. That's messed up, buddy.
That's weird. Come on, Johnny.
No, but it'll be directed by Paul King, who directed one of the greatest films of all time, Paddington 2.
Paddington 2 is so good.
Mm-hmm. And then the writers will be pretty much writers that are known for working on Paddington and Paddington 2. And one of the producers is a previous co-producer of the Harry Potter films. Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm sure that's relevant.
I have nothing to say on
had
J.K.
a-
Rowling.
I had-
Why? Let's.
I-
all right.
Sorry, I had a realization. This is the least white person to be in any Tim Burton movie is the guy who played the Willy Wonkas.
You mean the Oompa Loompas?
The Oompa Loompas, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy, I had pulled up, Deep Roy. Because he never cast any like people of color in his movies. Think about it. Like Tim
Oh,
Burton.
yeah.
It was the Willy, dude. Is that 20 steps back? You see what I mean?
He
Goodness.
cast one person of color. Like I found them in the jungle. Oh,
I found him in the
okay.
jungle, and he's every guy. It's some Kenyan dude named Deep Roy. Like, sorry, keep going. What you guys are saying? I just had the realization. And I had to say it. Sorry, Tim Burton stands, but I had to make the comment.
No. Yeah. And we're any Tim Burton fans out there who want to call in?
You don't get to be on
Just
air, but you do get to get roasted on air.
No, I
Love Tim
man, I
Burton's
didn't even think of that.
I had
never even thought of that.
I had thought about this the whole thing the other day. I saw another post about it, and I was just like, yeah, I guess there really hasn't been like, especially in the stop motion work. It's like
Yeah.
it's a masterpiece of movies, masterpiece films, right?
Yeah.
But there,
Which, like, you know-
I'm pretty sure he did say that they don't fit as aesthetic, like people of color.
Well, yeah, and like what? Well, it's because in essence,
I don't want
he's-
to. I'll pull up the.
he
quote
means
in front of me.
specifically like gothic films because their faces are all supposed to be extremely pale and et cetera, et cetera. But when he made Edward Scissorhands, that wasn't a very gothic film. you could have put some people of color in that film. That was him being a little too much of a what's the word I'm looking for here?
Now I'm uncomfortable.
He was being a little too picky. Brendan's reevaluating his whole
Now
life
I'm
as a
going-
Tim Burton fan.
dude, Oh my! I remember watching Beetlejuice when I was like 9. Oh my god.
Beetlejuice.
Well, actually, the dude with the shrunken head in Beetlejuice was a person of color.
Was he?
Yeah.
Listen,
Wasn't
he was.
white.
They give him. It's like they give him little side character roles.
He cast a person of color as a physically deformed person. Oh my god!
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's a start.
Great
It's a
one,
start.
Tim Burton.
And as a Oompa, MF Loompa, like, and I guess in Wednesday, Luis Guzman, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, and Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega. So he's getting better.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
getting better. But
Wednesday
like,
had a lot of people of color in
yeah,
it.
thinking back on it,
Very diverse cast
they
for
did, They did
Wednesday.
good on Wednesday, thankfully.
Well, like I said, and like not even defending him, I think just the way his brain works is he makes a lot of like gothic tales.
Yeah.
And a lot of his tales take place in England anyways.
Yeah.
The middle of England in the Victorian area probably didn't have a lot of black people around as
Oh.
like prominent figures and whatnot.
I would assume not.
I would,
Yeah.
I would
And
assume
so-
not. Yeah.
You know, not defending him because for him to say they don't fit my aesthetic is
Yeah,
really
when
messed
he said
up.
that, he pretty like that's not. I don't know if that's the exact quote, but he did say something like he basically said they don't fit my vibes. And I was
like-
like, what?
Because I could see him just being like a dummy head and just saying something and then being like, "Ooh, sorry guys."
He is an ally, though. If you've seen Wednesday.
Yeah, he is an ally.
He said, "Oh, Gavin gets canceled on shut-ins for siding with Tim Burton."
I didn't side with him. I was just saying, if he was saying the aesthetic, it's a wrong thing to say. But like on paper, I know what he's trying to say.
If Gavin weren't on shut-ins right now, he'd call us and yell at us.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not. I love Tim
Why
Burton,
are
but
you
I'm not that big of a
slandering
fan.
Tim
I'm not. I'm
Burton
just
on
kidding.
air?
Why are you slandering Tim Burton?
Hey guys,
on
I heard you
air?
talking about Tim Burton, calling him a racist. What's up with that?
Air,
I
use
wouldn't-
Google.
I wouldn't even. I don't think Tim Burton's particularly a racist. I think he's just
I don't-
ignorant to what he said and how bad it
He's
was.
just a rich white man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
What do you
he doesn't know it's a problem.
Yeah.
He's
Which
like,
I mean, I guess that's fine, but like, there's no way he's not at least aware. He wasn't at least made aware in like his time making films.
I'm sure he was.
you know, Tim, it's kind of weird that you've had two POC in like all your history. One of them was a shrunken head, and one of them was Oompa Loompas that Willy Wonka found out in the jungle on an
farming.
expedition. That's
chocolate
kind of
beans.
sus, Tim. Oh,
Oh, baby.
Well, about that.
how about that? I did it on purpose. Oh,
Yo.
yo, why'd you do that, Tim? You're gonna ruin your career.
Oh my gosh. All right. All Tim Burton jokes aside, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, I think we're going to talk about like the thing I'm most excited for. Maybe second most excited for after today's episode. But yeah. But we're going to go to break, and then we got plenty more for you when we get back here on the Shut-Ins Talk Show. Open calendar.
You know, I was like,
I like that that's our go-to now. Whenever we're running out of things to say, we just start slandering people.
we don't even slam. But it's like, I was like, I just had the realization. I was like, this is kind of related. And then because we were talking about stop motion and stuff earlier. And then we were talking about Tim Burton, who's done, stop motion stuff. So it's like, I felt like it made sense to bring up his history there.
No, that's
Especially
fair.
It's particularly tied to like his stop motion work. I would say.
Yeah.
Like Coraline and stuff. God. Ugh. I think we got a phone call.
Wait.
Won't yelling attack alert the enemy that we are about to attack?
We are not going to attack! Right now!
And we're back with the Shut-Ins Talk Show. Boys, let's talk about some cool stuff.
Epic cool stuff.
So,
Cool stuff.
once again, which this is pretty much other than the final segment, it's pretty much just a CinemaCon episode. They had a lot of stuff. They had not enough stuff. It depends on where you're looking. It depends on where you're looking at. But one of the coolest things, at least in my opinion, was we got information on the Kraven the Hunter movie, which I know a lot of people were worried about. I just saw you roll your eyes.
I did not roll my eyes. I'm excited.
Oh, okay. It looked like you rolled your eyes out of disgust, but I know a lot of people have been like worried or like they're like, we don't care about this. Like, just make him fight Spider-Man. But I'm 99.9% certain that people are excited for this now, because it was revealed that not only will Kraven be rated R, it'll be rated R because it is brutal as can be. People in the audience were, freaking out, having a great time, talking about how apparently there's a scene that they saw in the trailer where he bites off someone's nose and spits it at the camera. And apparently there's a bear trap connected to a chain that he uses to swing at people and pull them in, which is really cool. And, it kind of helped us realize that our biggest fears are not coming true. They're not making Kraven a good guy at all. Yeah. Apparently Aaron Taylor Johnson is just giving off an amazing performance, showing just how ruthless and crazy that Kraven is, just being a dude who likes to hunt. And so that's pretty much the main gist of it, minus another big reveal that we'll talk about here in a minute.
Yeah, that's the only the thing you're talking about right now is the only slightly concerning thing.
Yeah,
for me.
I was thinking about it.
But I've been a Kraven defender since day one.
No, the idea of the movie is a good idea. It's just, I think it was Venom 2 and Morbius that made me more concerned over the whole Kraven movie
Honestly,
idea.
Venom 2 is okay.
I thought it was. I wouldn't say it was as good as the first one.
It's not good, but it's fun.
No, I liked Venom 2 because of how fun it is. I just meant like after that, seeing how limited they were. Because Andy Serkis said that originally it was supposed to be rated R, but then they told him no, and that's when he was like, "That's okay, I can make this movie and have violence without it being rated R." But at the end of the day, part of me is like, Carnage isn't Carnage without Carnage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think all of these Marvel villain movies are better off rated R if we're going to be seeing things from their perspective.
Yeah, like
Not
Morbius should have been
Spider-Man's.
rated R.
Not Spider-Man's, where Spider-Man could just be like, "You're not killing that guy." You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Morbius wouldn't have been a better movie. Would have been.
Oh,
a better
not
movie
saying
if
it would have made
was-
it better, but it should have been.
It should have been for
Yeah.
sure. Morbius is a living vampire. There's no reason he shouldn't be going clawing people's faces off.
I can say
Yeah.
from certainty that a movie being rated R does not make it better, because that would make Renfield a better movie. Actually, I will say I think Renfield would be a way worse movie if there wasn't as much gore in it. I will say Morbius would have gained a few points if it was at least as gory as Renfield was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that.
I'm just happy we're getting more like Marvel related projects that are rated R, because like the only R-rated Marvel project like recently is Deadpool, Logan.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, and then it's still going to be a minute before we get our next one, which is next summer we're getting Deadpool.
Deadpool 3.
Yep.
Oh, that comes out next summer?
Yep, and then next,
Dude, oh my God.
and then next around Halloween time, next October or November, depending on how long it takes to shoot, is when we're supposed to get Blade, which is also supposed to be rated R.
Which they better not back down on that, because Blade has to be rated R.
It's
in my opinion.
just like Deadpool, when Kevin Feige said, "I can't take that away from Deadpool. You can't take that away from Blade." It's a very similar scenario. If you have Blade meet up with someone who deals with supernatural stuff, and they are normally a more PG character, by all means make him PG-13. But you got to have Blade saying that some mother effers can't just trying to ice skate uphill. You got to have him saying that stuff.
Frickers can't ice skate up this.
Some
in that
really
hill.
silly dudes are always trying to
Ah,
ice skate uphill.
Shut the gosh darn door.
I mean, I hope he teams up with Moon Knight so Moon Knight can do rated R stuff, because there's no way I want to see him getting stabbed like through his costume, no blood again.
Yeah. I will say, at least with like Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night, they started in the right direction.
Werewolf by Night, I think, was a really good step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because there was blood in that.
Yeah, Moon Knight was an all right step because it had some blood, but it never like showed the blood leaving anyone's body. Like it really got its like most like, lack of better words, gory moments, like right after he like snapped out of it or something.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like I said, that was a step in the right direction. And then I think Werewolf by Night really picked it up a bit to show that, like, we can TV-14 this stuff if you guys want. Make it a little bit more graphic. And then we'll make, you know, the movies that need to be rated R, we can just keep them rated R. Because I think it'd be really sick to see Werewolf by Night jump into a rated R thing. And you just see
Tear
a werewolf.
some mofo in half.
You just see a werewolf tear off someone's head. You know?
Yeah.
Because the next step, obviously, is Jack Russell gaining control of his powers. Or-
obviously,
Yeah, that's the next step because, you know, if they're going by comics or whatever, which most of the time they try to do, stuff like that. And so, you know, back to Craven, that was a really good, good off-topic moment, guys.
Speaking of animals.
Yeah, speaking of animals who can really hurt people, it was also it was also confirmed that the rhino would be in this movie.
What? Oh, I didn't read
Yeah,
that.
and
some guy transforms into the rhino.
Yeah, so it's
At
not
the
a
end.
Russian dude in a giant mech costume.
Thank God.
Nor is it just a big buff dude wearing basically a pajama onesie with a horn on it.
Which makes me sad.
That
But
does make me a little sad.
I would rather it be someone who's mutated, then they get the onesie.
Yeah, like I hope he looks really gross, so they put the onesie on him
To make him look better.
To make him look like he fits in.
Yeah.
Like Marvel Spider-Man, I think, like the game did a really good job with the rhino.
Yeah,
He's probably
it-
my favorite characterization in like
It-
not comic media.
Yeah, it like blended the tech like idea with the fact that he's a giant monstrosity.
Yeah.
And it did really well, you know? Because when you first meet him, he's not really like teched out or anything like that. But then, you know, he meets Doc Ock and he's like, hey, I can fix you.
Fix you up, baby girl.
You got him. No, but it hasn't been confirmed whether or not that this movie is going to be like Kraven trying to hunt the rhino or anything like that.
Which
But it would be cool.
that's such a cool idea for an antagonist for a Kraven the Hunter movie.
Yeah.
Throw in the other Spider-Man villain who's like big animal themed for Kraven. That's really sick.
Yeah,
It's
do
really
that.
creative.
And then, you know, supposedly this is all going to connect somehow to something, whether it's a new Spider-Man or the MCU. We don't know yet.
Also, this helps like round out Sony's Sinister Six.
Yeah,
if
it
they're
does.
Bringing in the Rhino.
Yeah. Wow,
I mean,
it really
we're gonna
does.
have Vulture, Venom, Morbius, Kraven, Rhino. It's 5.
Yeah. And then Hypno Hustler.
Yeah.
Hypno Hustler.
Hypno
Hustler, my favorite Sinister
Yeah, my
Six
favorite
legacy
member is
character.
He's needed.
Okay, but that would be really cool to see Donald Glover like, ka-chow.
Good job, Spidey.
They should make that one rated R. That would be so cool. Oh my
I who
god.
dance to death. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, this is great. No, but I'm really excited. I just love Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand why some people didn't like Bullet Train, but he is the single-handedly the reason why I loved it.
Oh, people don't like Bullet Train?
There's a few people that don't like it. I'm talking about you, Gavin Patrick. You're out there and you can hear this somewhere.
Tweaking.
And just know you're tweaking.
I will say it is very full of itself as a movie, but I think it's good.
Oh yeah, the movies can be a little pretentious, and it's like
I'll
yeah,
let you have
I know
that
I'm
one.
good. I know I'm great.
Like, slow your roll there.
I
buddy.
think it's good. I
I'll let
think,
you have that one. That's a fair. That's
I still think the movie's good. I still
Yeah.
enjoy the movie.
No, that's a fair assessment.
I forget their code names. Tangerine and
Tangerine and lemon.
Lemon
Yeah.
and Tangerine are like the best parts of the movie, like by
So
far.
good. He's like, it's my brother.
Brad Pitt does a good job. He's a funny protagonist.
And Brian Tyree Henry, I think he has an awesome British voice. When I first saw like the trailer and he was in it, I was like, oh hell yeah.
Bad Bunny was good for the.
Bad Bunny was awesome.
For like the 3 minutes he's in the movie. he
Bad
did
Bunny
great.
probably acted better than anyone else
Dude, I
acted
will
in the
say,
movie.
The Bullet Train guys, he did a great job at baiting the Bad Bunny fandom, and I think he was to be a big part of the movie. He was in it for like 3 minutes.
It was a
Okay, but
really
those were a
good.
banging 3
It
minutes,
was a
though.
banging
It was
3
a
minutes.
really good like 5-minute period learning his backstory and seeing him on the
It
train.
just gets murked.
Poor guy. Even Zazie Beetz too. Like they made it look like she was more prominent And that was a really good bait too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I wonder how it felt being on set for that movie, having Zazie Beetz and Brian Tyree Henry together because they worked together on Atlanta.
Oh.
And actually, right after Bullet Train got done filming, they went to go work on season 4 of Atlanta. And so I wonder how that was, like them just being like, "All right, you want to catch a ride?"
Want to ride home with me?
Brian Tyree Henry needs to go film Eternals 2, right?
That's what I'm saying. Oh my gosh.
Eternals 2. When are we gonna get more Eternals in the MCU? Come on.
When are we gonna get more? When are we gonna get more seriously?
I need more face dose immediately.
I actually really liked Eternals, not for the reasons that other people really liked it.
Okay, I think we.
I like the concept.
Well, you
but
can
like
the concept
overall-
and not, you can like the concept and not like the movie.
That's not what I'm trying to say, man. I like the characters, most of them, some of them. No, but like
It's like copium. This is like
Nah,
cope.
Kingo is peak fiction.
Kingo is peak. I love Kingo
I think-
because he's a. You know what, guys? I'm not helping with this fight. I'm going home.
The
he was-
funniest thing in any Marvel movie I have ever seen is when Kingo shows up, tells everyone, like, yeah, y'all are going to have to fight this out, and then just dips for the final battle.
Just
He
Yeah.
doesn't show up until the end of the movie. Like, that's so me. That's me.
He said, "I'm staying out of this."
He's literally me.
he's like, we're family, so
for family, so either the world ends or it doesn't. I don't really care.
yeah. He's like, apparently they're just gonna make another me, so
Yeah, exactly.
no, but yeah. Come on, Gavin. English is a fun language. No, but I really liked it because I like the cast a lot, you know?
I think it's a good cast. I thought the sex scene was weird, but
That was
it
weird.
was just out of nowhere.
That was
Out-
weird, but
out of
also at the same
rocks.
time, you know, kudos to Chloe Zhao for that.
I guess, man. I guess. I just thought the movie was a mess. It was a little boring. A little too much eternal sex.
I
It
think
only happened
you're
one time.
boring.
That's honestly fair. My favorite part of the movie was when Druig swag punched. What's her name?
I've always wanted to do that.
Sprite.
It's when he swag punched Sprite. That's best. That movie got raised from like a 6 to like an 8. Just for that scene alone.
No, I'm not saying
I
it's
like the
great.
Crow, just
It's
the-
at least a solid like 6,
Also,
7.
Listen, this is for the Twitch viewers. I saw the movie with 2 of my siblings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I look over at them, and they're doing like lips, like the character, like the alien protagonist was doing. What's his name? Again?
Crow.
Crow, and he's like he had this face where he's like, where his like lips are like puckered out, looks like he's trying to do like a Riz face, right? And I just look over at my siblings and they're just going, "Urgh," like making that noise. And then it was like the quietest part of the movie, you know, Icarus is launching himself in the sun, and I just look over here, "Urgh," and I'm like, it made the I have a lot more fond memories of the movie than most people because of those two.
Crow walks into the cave and it's just sin.
Yeah, exactly. It was like the Zoolander face. Like that's what he made. That was his natural face.
Blue Magnum, right?
Huh?
Blue Magnum. That's
the
what it's
song name?
called.
The song name?
The Zoolander face.
Oh, Blue Steel.
Blue
Blue
Steel.
Steel. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
That's like the song. I thought you were talking about the song.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Nah,
I was like, are you
Blue-
talking about Blue Marvel? He was not in this movie.
Blue Marvel's gonna be in the Marvel.
Yeah, well, that was a big tangent, but I'm excited for Craven.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited for
Craven's
Craven.
gonna be good.
Craven, I think I have hopes for it. My thing is I just think that they butchered like the idea of a villain being a villain. Like I like the idea of Venom being like this kind of
Venom-
because he's done it before.
I'll say Venom is the lethal protector. You know, like that's been like his comic tagline, just like it's always been either the Amazing Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Venom has always been Venom, lethal protector for like his first like solo comic run. You
Yeah.
know, and so his whole thing is he is controlled by an alien who wants to do good but doesn't realize that you don't have to kill people to be good. So Venom literally is just murking people.
Yep. Morbius was just had bad writing.
Yeah, it
Morbius
honestly,
is genuinely the worst superhero film I've ever seen.
honestly, like Jared Leto's not even that bad. It was a lot of like the writing.
It's written very poorly. You will not believe how the movie ends if you haven't seen it. You
Yeah.
will just straight up.
Was it?
You will. Just,
Yeah, no, I agree. I was gonna say, was it Morbius or Ant-Man? Your dad said was disappointed in you for paying money to see it.
that was Black Adam.
It was Black Adam.
Yeah, that was Black Adam.
I would say the same thing. I think Black
I didn't
Adam.
pay to see Morbius.
Okay, that's good. I did. I'm disappointed in myself for that.
I didn't, luckily.
So I think my parents paid for me to see it because like, want to come with us? I was like, sure. And I was like,
What?
We can keep talking about this over break real quick, but
yeah, guys, we gotta
I'll
hurry.
say I'm gonna send us the break. But when we come back, we're gonna talk about another film that looks really exciting to me. Only here on the Shut In Talk Show. I accidentally turned off the mic middle of me saying Shut In's Talk Show, so they heard Shut In's Talk.
The final night, I was at my parents' house before I left and went to college, like moved into my dorms. I made my dad pay for Morbius so we could watch it together.
Damn.
And he said it was the worst $3.99 he's ever spent in his life.
Morbius sucks. I saw that in like a theater with like recliner seats.
Recliner.
I about
seats,
fell
dude.
asleep in the recliner seats, dog. The recliner seats for Beau's Afraid and Evil Dead, that was the move.
That was the movie.
I was comfy for all of Beau's Afraid.
Oh yeah. See, I feel like in Terre Haute I would have been fine watching it, but I'm glad I was more comfy. You know,
Comfy. What did you say? You said
Comfy.
I mean,
for a 3-hour-long movie.
I say it weird.
you said comfy.
I got distracted
Comfy?
because
Yeah.
British.
Pokemon?
What?
Comfey, the Pokemon.
Comfy.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Come on in. We're back with the Shut In Talk Show. Here on Z90.7 FM WZIS.
we're back with the Shut In's Talk Show, and let me tell you something. I say it every week. I love that bumper so much.
It's a
I say it every week.
It's a good beginning into like the last happy, because we usually end on a happy segment on this show.
Yeah, we try to end on a happier note usually. And with that being said, we're gonna end on something that's very, very special to me in my childhood. Which
This would be a big Gavin section.
Don't
I
tell-
I don't have any incredibly strong segment opinions on this. Other than
So,
this.
Me neither.
don't tell anyone, but I used to watch the original White Men Can't Jump as a child, all the time,
Did you really?
and it was a rated R movie. Oh my gosh!
Dude, you're gonna go to jail.
I know. I know.
Your parents, SMH.
Dude,
I know.
You're gonna get your parents assassinated.
Yeah, I know.
By the-
I'm sorry,
By
Mom.
me.
I'm sorry,
who,
Mom.
it's not the ESRB. Who does movies?
It's
The ESRB's video games.
Yeah, it's not the ASRB. It's the MCAA or something like that.
Whatever it is, they're gonna kill your family for that. Why'd you admit that?
Get out of here. Get
Why'd
out of
you
here.
admit that? They're
You're
gonna kill
grounded.
you.
Not leaving.
You're
all
grounded.
because you admitted you watched White Man Can't Jump as a little kid.
Yeah.
Your family's gonna die.
I'm sorry.
No, okay. Well, anyway.
No, but
next movie.
me and Jacob talked about this when this was first announced because we didn't know how it was gonna go. They remade White Men Can't Jump, and it's got Jack Harlow in it.
It does. It's got Jack Harlow in it.
Now, I was a little concerned, even though I like Jack Harlow. I was concerned about the movie because I'd never seen him act before. And then I saw him on SNL, and I was like, okay, he could at least do a comedy role. But this movie also has like a lot of serious stuff to it. You know, it has a real tonal shift about midway through, and or at least the original does. And I love the OG, Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. Sorry, I almost said West Side Gun, but that's a rapper. No, but Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. It's one of the best like friends or frenemy films. You know, like these dudes hate each other, but they work together to make a lot of money hustling in basketball. And so they dropped a trailer finally, a official full length trailer to kind of like give insight on what the film's going to be about. And it has similar qualities to the original, but it's a completely different story, as you can tell, given it's more modern and not set in the 90s. But it does have the same opening premise as it seems, where it's a group of men playing basketball, and then this white dude walks in, and he looks goofy. He's dressed up in goofy-looking clothing and challenges them to some type of competition to make money off basketball. Turns out the white dude was hustling everyone else. And then him and the main guy, originally it was Sidney Dean. I don't remember the characters' names in this one. Oh, here it is. Jeremy and Kamal will be the main two characters of this one. So the premise of the film is pretty much going to be the same as the other one, just with different vibes, given it's a new TikTok era. And also, Vince Staples, the rapper, is in this movie. and I've never been more happy in my life because that dude, if any rapper deserves an acting role, it's Vince Staples because he is one, not only one of the funniest people alive, but two, he's a good actor. But the film is basically these two people decide, hey, and no one's gonna think that this goofy white boy can hoop, so they go to different gyms and parks all across the state of California and hustle people in basketball to make money. And meanwhile, Jeremy, who was Billy in the original, has a girlfriend who is also trying to make money to pay back a debt they owe to some mafia people. And yeah, that's pretty much the premise of it. It ends up, the whole white men can't jump thing comes from an argument they get into where he's like, I can jam. And he's like, no, you can't.
No.
White men can't jump, Billy. But I'm really excited about this because this looks like a really like fresh take on it, and I'm excited about it. And I always forget the actress's name, but it's the girl who played the love interest in Homecoming. I forgot her character's name too in Homecoming.
I forgot. Yeah, because all I know is that she was the Vulture's daughter.
Yeah, but it's her who's playing Jeremy's girlfriend. And I lied. Sorry. Jeremy is also trying to sell a 30-day detox juice that he's made, and it looks disgusting. So it looks like they're changing a whole lot of it, but the cast looks like a lot of fun. Tiana Taylor is also in this film, who is an R&B singer and who is great, and I love her. And she was also in another film starring a rapper. It's called The After Party on Netflix, starring Super Duper Kyle, Mr. I Spy himself. She was awesome in that film too. But overall, I'm excited. It looks like a lot of fun. And you guys don't have to know anything about this.
Here's the thing. I am excited for it because you're excited for it. You know?
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I'm
happy.
excited.
I'm happy for you, and I'm probably gonna watch it.
And here's the thing: I'm not going to be wasting any money because it's going straight to Hulu.
And I've heard good things about the original White Man Candy.
We can do a little watch party whenever.
So I think we will have to at some point. That's what I think. Because I'm interested in watching it. I just need to find the time to sit down and watch it.
It has the original has one of my favorite quotes of all time. I can hear Jimmy. I can hear Jimmy. And it's when they're in the car and he puts in a Jimi Hendrix tape. And Wesley Snipes is like, nah, man. See, that's the issue. You can listen to Jimmy, but you can't hear him. You can't hear him. And they got in an argument and it ended up with Wesley Snipes' character getting made fun of because all of Jimi Hendrix' band is white when Jimmy is not. No, but it's a really good movie. Highly recommend it. We might do a shut-ins watch-a-thon.
I'll watch it with you. We can stream it. Get DMC Ed.
Yes, yes.
We'll find another way to stream it. Don't worry. There are other ways around it. We'll figure it out. Or maybe we won't.
We'll hook up the microphones and do like pretty much it on YouTube does, where they just talk the whole movie.
Just start the movie when we say go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be the plan.
We say go. It's just us looking at a blank screen.
And go.
No, but no, I'm really excited, and I'm glad that you guys are just letting me bask in the excitement. Just because I didn't know if I was going to be able to sit here and actually talk about this, but I can now.
You can. I love you and I trust you.
I got us sidetracked on like the past 2 segments. I'll let you enjoy one segment without me getting you sidetracked. That's perfectly okay with me.
No, that's okay. At least the sidetracks for the past 2 were good sidetracks.
Past 2. Only the past 2. I feel like
Okay, sometimes we go way off topic.
Like
At least the last one we went off topic for good reasons.
That's fair. That's very valid.
And the Tim Burton thing had to be done. I needed to bait more haters in to the
It
station.
didn't work this time. But
We got one more in us for this semester.
Got one more. Sad face. Yep. So with that being said, I've been Gavin the Chef Cook.
I'm Brendan Magnuson.
And Zach Gerchek.
And you have been listening to the Shut-Ins Talk Show. We'll be back for our last episode of the regular season, I guess is what I could call it. Like we're a sports team or something. But it'll be the last episode of the semester. But don't worry, my boys who will be here over the summer will keep you guys with content on our Twitch and YouTube channel.
Faux show.
Probably just our YouTube, depending on whether or not we need to stream it.
Tears of the Kingdom playthroughs coming.
That works. You can do it.
Dude, I'm just gonna be streaming Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
like,
we'll
to
take
be
turns. We'll be
honest.
watching on 2 separate save files.
No, but with that being said, all right, we already gave ourselves our
We already
sign offs,
got
but
right.
we've been the Shut-ins Talk
Bye.
Show. Thank you guys
Later.
for
Have a
listening,
good day.
and we'll see you
Night.
next time. Twitch. I always look at the wrong camera. Twitch. Thank you guys. We'll be back next time. Shut-ins Talk Show.